Hello, I am in the midst of removing this treadmill, but stuff still happened. So what's up? The UAW is still on strike, and they recently got a big ol' UAW. This past Friday, workers were informed that a concession was made and they would be able to unionize at a GM battery factory, which is a huge moneymaker for GM. This was previously not on the table, but when workers threatened to walk out of the factory, they were like, oh wait, please don't. Weird, it's almost like a company is nothing without their workers. Maybe the workers should be the ones in charge. Taking things even further, workers at Mack Trucks have now joined the strike as well after negotiations for their next contract fell through. These companies keep trying to not pay their workers what they're worth, and so the workers are just gonna keep striking, my guys. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has announced he is running as an independent for president. RFK is loudly a conspiracy theorist and anti-vaxxer, and is not your friend. He is still just a politician, and he thinks this is his best shot at getting you to think that he's the cool one. He is totally not like other girls. Previously aligned with the Democrats, he has now gone independent, and Republicans are jumping on this, being all angry, because he's now essentially a spoiler vote for Trump. I've seen some people say that he might be a spoiler vote for Biden as well, but he's like deeply unpopular among Biden's base. But on the Republican side, he's essentially all of the like I go against the grain stuff of Trump, but without the baggage. So there's possibly an actual threat there. Here, going against the grain means advising people to not get healthcare, because as we all know, everyone who took the COVID vaccine is dead now. They're still trying to ban TikTok. The US government still wants to ban TikTok because they're mad that it's successful. I'm going to rephrase that actually. The US government wants to ban TikTok because the senators and congresspeople who were paid off by Meta and Google are feigning anger about TikTok's success despite being a foreign app. And so they're still trying to find a way to determine what apps you as a private citizen are allowed to use on your personal device. While the previous attempt, the Restrict Act, fell apart because there's a lot of legal issues with trying to ban speech, they're trying to do another one. Democrat Senator from Washington, Maria Cantwell, is leading the charge writing a bill called the GUARD Act. Commerce Secretary Gina Raimondo has stated that she's hopeful about this new bill and giving her agency more tools to ban apps that you use. She is hoping that it will give the Commerce Agency, quote, a statutory set of tools to have a comprehensive approach to these apps, which translates to, it'll let us ban apps that we don't like. Maybe we shouldn't give our government the power to control how we can communicate with each other. Just a thought. I'm deeply saddened to inform you that Dorothy Hoffner, the 104-year-old woman who recently went skydiving, has passed away this past Monday. By all accounts, she was absolutely fucking rad. She's finished up with this life. We'll see what she does next. Rest in peace to the realest of us all. On this day in 1958, NASA launched its first attempt at a lunar probe, and it didn't go super well. The Pioneer 1 launched off into space and was supposed to orbit around the moon and collect some data, but it didn't really work, and it just fell back to Earth and burned up in the atmosphere. However, exactly 10 years later, on this day in 1968, the Apollo 7 mission, a crewed mission into space, worked out pretty well. So in just 10 years, they went from, oops, our probe burned up, to, hey, we put people in space. And it didn't go catastrophically much. Lightning round. Sony has announced a new PS5 model that's going to be a bit smaller and have a detachable hard drive. It'll cost $500 and will hopefully be in stock anywhere. Here's the weather. The CEO of Unity is stepping down after the controversy around their pricing model causing them to just lose all credibility. Speaking of CEOs, the CEO of X/Twitter, which is not Musk, but instead somebody else, is pulling out of a tech conference because over the past weekend with all the, war that broke out, the misinformation on Twitter has gone out of control. She's saying that she needs to focus on safety on the platform. What safety? And finally for today, players of Minecraft are banding together to push back on an annual mob vote. The mob vote is a yearly thing where the developer of Minecraft is like, here's 3 potential things we'll add to the game. Vote on 1. And the player base is like, stop making us choose. Just add stuff to the game. I've got a pup update for you. A pup date. I took Flynn to the vet this morning and he got a full checkup, including x-rays and blood work and the whole 9 yards. He's now on some medication and will hopefully be recovering over the next few days, but really just remains to be seen. He is still in good spirits and he was super waggy and very lovey this morning. That is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you are going to demand from your employers before you strike. My name is Endeavorance. I'll be back on Friday. Take care and be well.